It's a chapter we call Die Maschine.
You can't do it in the ether. He's been talking about this for a long time.
What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and tonight what I have for you guys is a massive zombies video. Treyarch ended up confirming literally every single thing that I reported on about 2 days ago in a video that falsely got taken down, but I've taken legal action and the video should be restored in about a week or so's time. But Treyarch ended up dropping a blog post which had nothing but good news. Definitely stay tuned. In the background, you're also going to be seeing gameplay of Darius Declassified, a beautiful reimagining of Darius that was put together by the lads, TZ Ghost, Connor Sivley, Eric Maynard, the Vice Squad, Ducky, and Cal Jitsu. If you guys ever wanted a custom map to be canonized by Treyarch, then don't you worry, because Darius Declassified is the closest thing to canon. They actually took events from the timeline that we've never seen in game and fully executed them and visualized them here in this custom maps Easter egg. Hopefully you guys enjoy. It's a perfect prequel to Keener der Toten. Now before we jump into the new information, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, because about 70% of you that watch my videos aren't subscribed, so make sure you guys are getting notifications every time I update you on Black Ops Cold War. But Treyarch also went ahead and revealed the new version of Damned. It sounds beautiful and a bit sad, to be honest. It's known as Echoes of the Damned now, and you guys will be hearing it in the background. It's awesome. I'm glad to actually reveal that today. It was of course composed by the legend himself, Kevin Sherwood. Now when it comes to their blog post, they went through everything. So as they officially said, in just 2 weeks, Zombies fans around the world will get their hands on the first chapter of the Dark Ether story in Die Maschine. So first, with perks and skill trees, let's take a look at the perks now. So on launch day, we'll be seeing the following perks: Juggernaut Quick Revive, Speed Cola Stamina Up, Deadshot Daiquiri, and Elemental Pop. So here's the thing now, some of these perks got nerfed quite a bit from what we're used to, but the upgrades that you have with these perks will end up making these perks the most overpowered that we've ever seen them in any iteration of Treyarch Zombies. So that's why this is still good news. So Juggernaut only increases maximum health by 50, Quick Revive reduces the time it takes to regen to full health by 50%, similar to Black Ops 4, and reduces the time it takes to revive an ally by 50%. Speed Cola increases reload speed by 15%, Stamina Up increases your run and sprint speed, while Deadshot Daiquiri allows you to aim down sights and move to enemies' critical locations. Sounds a lot like Death Perception from Black Ops 4 as well. Also removes scope sway. Elemental Pop has it to where every bullet has a small chance to apply a random base ammo mod effect. Kind of sounds like Change Shoes from Infinite Warfare Zombies, but here's the thing too, the upgrades with these perks are going to take these to a whole other level. I mean, when you have everything maxed out in Black Ops Cold War Zombies, I can't even imagine how overpowered you're going to be on high rounds or during Easter egg boss fights. It's going to be crazy. So Treyarch went ahead and said, what happens when you want to take your perks to the next level? That's where our all new skill tiers come in. In Black Ops Cold War Zombies, every perk can be permanently upgraded to 3 levels, as we talked about the other day. And to upgrade your perks, you'll need to earn raw Ethereum crystals by reaching milestone rounds within the game or through successful exfiltration. What's more, you'll be able to upgrade skills related to field upgrades, ammo mods, and weapon classes to help you stay alive even longer as you collect and invest more Ethereum crystals. Over time, you'll use these crystals to improve the tools in your arsenal, improving their damage and utility to help you reach higher rounds. And as an example, upgrading Elemental Pop to Tier 3 will grant you the following effects. Tier 1, equipment damage also has a small chance to apply a random base ammo mod effect. Tier 2, you reduce ammo mod cooldowns by 20%. And Tier 3, when a random ammo mod is applied, it uses your current skill tier instead of the base. And don't worry, we'll be introducing more perks throughout our post-launch seasons, no guesses. So that's great news too, right? It's not going to be a Black Ops 3 scenario where we get one new perk at launch and then that's it for the entire season, or for the entire game, I should say. Black Ops 4 was like, alright, let's fix that problem, introduce some new perks, and they introduced way too many. Even though I did like them, there was quite a bit to take in, especially at launch. So slowly dropping new perks over the course of the post-launch season is probably the best way to go, instead of dropping like 16 new ones at release, right? So they didn't end up confirming what the other tier upgrades are for some of the other perks we're used to, but based on how overpowered Elemental Pop sounds when it's upgraded, we're going to be seeing some extremely overpowered versions of Juggernaut, Speed speed cola, quick revive, etc. Now I'm glad they also clarified Ethereum crystals, since when I reported on it the other day, it was a bit much to take in, kind of overwhelming to break down and explain, but luckily it was still on point with what Treyarch ended up confirming. Now they also went ahead and clarified how weapon rarities will work. Weapons come in 5 tiers of rarity: common, uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary. Each tier increases the damage done by those weapons and will also determine how many randomized attachments will come along for the fight. For example, an uncommon weapon will feature around a 50% damage boost over its loadout version and comes with just 2 attachments, while the legendary version kicks that up to roughly 300% damage and comes stacked with 8 attachments. But how does this affect wall buys in the mystery box, you ask? Doesn't this new system make those less effective? And those are great questions, as they said. So weapon rarities make wall buys and the mystery box even more worthwhile in Black Ops Cold War by giving players more options in any given game. Buying your favorite weapon off the wall is now different every time, with random attachments thrown into the mix, and the mystery box actually increases its odds of rolling high rarity weapons as the rounds get higher. This creates a new layer of strategy to keep that in mind as the match goes on. What happens if you hit the jackpot on your first spin of the mystery box and get an epic magnum at round 10 and then roll an uncommon AK-74U on your very next spin? Let's just say you're more comfortable with the SMGs, but you know your damage potential will become lower as a result of switching. Which one do you keep? Previously, if you found a strong weapon in the mystery box, you had very little motivation to return. Now, even if you roll a weapon that you're happy with early in the game, you can return 10 rounds later and try to roll the legendary version. The mystery box also now includes support items such as a sentry turret and war machine, which always comes in handy. So there you have it with Killstreaks, right? You're going to be seeing Killstreaks in the mystery box. You're also going to have random attachments when you roll weapons. You're going to have a different amount of attachments on certain rarities, and I think, you know what this does? This is seriously improving replayability in so many ways. It really changes things up, but without removing the core foundation of what makes zombies, right? It's taking that weapon kit system that we've been seeing since Black Ops 3 and really innovating on that to make it more fun, to keep the stakes high, and to really improve high rounds in ways that we've never seen before. So now when it comes to custom loadouts, they also said that, you know, with custom loadouts, they're bringing everything together to unify progression across multiplayer and zombies. This is the team's first chance to fully deliver custom loadouts in zombies, and first and foremost, empowering players to bring all of their unlocked weapons and cosmetics into zombies takes the action up a notch and gets everyone into higher rounds faster. So loadouts don't change the classic zombies formula as much as you might think. However, if starting out with a classic 1911 is your jam, go for it. The design team carefully considered how loadouts would affect weapon progression gameplay, and as such, loadouts in zombies are simplified compared to those in multiplayer. You can only bring in a single weapon and a field upgrade with your zombies loadout. Furthermore, that single weapon will have its attachments and cosmetics, but it will be the lowest rarity available, common. This means your starting weapon won't be very effective at killing zombies after a handful of early rounds, and you'll still need to get out there and find other weapons quickly. You can also upgrade the rarity of your loadout weapon in-game, or any weapon for that matter, so you can keep your customized loadout weapon into higher rounds if that's more your style. So take a listen to that, right? That is huge information, because I think a lot of people were very concerned with loadouts, thinking that it's gonna take away the charm of zombies, taking away the charm of starting out weak and then working your way up to be overpowered. That's not what they're doing at all. And if that was their intention, you know, when the reveal of Maschine actually came out, they definitely changed that quite a bit to make sure that nobody is upset with this. And I love the idea of only being able to spawn in with a common version of your loadout, but then if you want to make that loadout a lot more overpowered, you can do that in game, just not at the menu. So really good news overall. Now when it comes to field upgrades, aka the new specialist, as they went ahead and said, field upgrades in zombies are entirely different from those found in multiplayer, and for good reason. These are tools designed to fit the narrative of the Dark Ether story and to provide a welcome power spike as part of the core combat loop without making players OP in the process. Zombies field upgrades available at launch will include the following, and guess what guys, we did read these quite a while ago, but here we go. The Frost Blast, which creates a frigid blast of wind that deals frost damage and slows enemies caught inside of it. Slowed enemies take additional damage. We have the Healing Aura, summon beams of energy down on yourself and allies to instantly heal to full health. We have the Energy Mine, creates a mine of pure energy that detonates on proximity of enemies, dealing explosive damage. We have the Ring of Fire, create a ring of ethereal ethereal fire that boosts damage for you and your allies. Normal enemies who enter gain a burning effect that deals fire damage. Lasts 15 seconds. Lastly, we have the Ether Shroud. Phase into the Dark Ether for 5 seconds, becoming hidden from enemy detection. So with that too, they did say the design of these field upgrades takes inspiration from several action-based abilities in previous Zombies games, including certain gobblegums, elixirs, and even some non-passive perks. Surprised they didn't mention COD Mobile here. Each one is balanced with an appropriate number of zombie kills required to charge it. For example, Healing Aura has the upgraded ability to revive players in the map remotely, but requires double the kills to charge than an offensive-based field upgrade such as the Energy Mine. When you load into a match, you're going to want to have one of these field upgrades unlocked in your custom loadout and ready to charge up. Coordinate with the rest of your team before a match to make sure you've got a good balance of offensive, defensive, and support field upgrades to help everyone survive as long as possible. Now when it comes to armor and salvage, something that a lot of people were concerned about when I reported on it the other day, luckily we got clarification on it here in this blog post, and it's not as overpowered as many of you thought. Instead, it's a replace for the buildable shield that we've been seeing in every single Zombies map since, what, Mob of the Dead now, with the exclusion of Buried. So as they went ahead and said, replacing the crafted shield of previous Zombies experiences, armor provides a 360-degree layer of protection from the armies of the undead. Armor can be found as a rare drop from enemies or purchased using salvage. When worn, it will mitigate a portion of incoming damage. Every hit will still deal damage, but its durability is limited. Although armor is partially repaired by picking up the occasional armor shard dropped from certain enemies, it's a finite resource and you'll find yourself vulnerable again once you run out of salvage to repair it. You can also fully repair armor by picking up a Carpenter power-up. Thank God they brought that back from Black Ops 4. I love that. Now, they also said armor can be upgraded to additional levels, increasing its damage mitigation and durability. You're going to need it as rounds progress because zombies grow stronger every round. But remember, even when paired with an upgraded Juggernaut perk, no amount of armor can save you if you find yourself overrun, especially as rounds get higher and the challenge increases. First of all, this is definitely not the armor system from World War II. It's literally bringing armor from Warzone into Zombies. It's that simple. It's not replacing Juggernaut. It's gonna make you a bit more protected on the higher rounds, but you're not gonna be a god if you have max armor and max Juggernaut. I also love how they balanced it to where you can get it using salvage, but if you don't have enough salvage, you can literally just find armor shards by killing zombies or certain enemies. That's a great balance for everybody out there to at least try this system without having enough salvage to actually craft it for themselves. So that's a great balance there. Now when it comes to support and score streaks, as they went ahead and said, we've wanted to bring score streaks to Zombies for a long time, and now that player progression is unified across modes, there's never been a better opportunity. While certain Zombies maps have included some variants of these in the past, the new Dark Ether narrative offered the perfect chance to finally carry over some of the militarized versions into Zombies to raise the stakes even higher. Here are the streaks you can get: combat bow, sentry turret, war machine, chopper gunner, and a self-revive. Sometimes you just need a little extra power to get out of a tight spot, and that's where support comes into play. These are available at launch, but there will be more added in throughout the post-launch season, which is very exciting. So, as I said too, keep an eye out for one of these to pop out of the mystery box, if you're lucky of course, and for those curious about how calling in a chopper gunner works without being instantly ripped to shreds by zombies while you're controlling it, any support that takes perspective away from your character will temporarily make you immune to damage and ignored by enemies while it's deployed. This ensures that parties of one can make use of support in solo games as well. And that's perfect, because imagine calling in a chopper gunner and you're having a good time in the chopper, but then when you come back to, your regular perspective, you're dead because all the zombies got you. There's no way they would do that. Now when it comes to loot and crafting, it pays to stay resourceful during an undead invasion. In Black Ops Cold War, every zombie has a small chance of dropping resources including salvage, armor, and even lethal and tactical equipment. The tougher the enemy, the better the loot. It's that simple. As you unlock equipment and score streaks through standard player progression, that content will become available at the crafting table in-game and can be crafted using resources. Rarity is also assigned to loot based on effectiveness. For example, a frag grenade is considered uncommon loot, whereas the symbol monkey is a rare drop. Now they also shed some light on Exfil, so as they said, why die if you don't have to? With the new option to exfil from the map when your squad squad can't last much longer, you can roll the dice and try to survive long enough to escape with some extra rewards, but it won't be easy. Starting at the end of round 10 and every 5 rounds after, you have an option to use a radio in the starting area of the map to call in Exfil. In a co-op game, a majority of the players must vote to initiate the exfiltration. Once triggered, the normal round will end and you'll be given a new objective to reach the exfil site within a specific time limit. At this point, zombies will begin to flood the area in a last-ditch effort to stop your squad in its tracks. Once you reach the site, the helicopter will fly in and hover above the zone until the zone is cleared before it can land. If you manage to make it onto the chopper, you'll escape with some bonus XP and the chance to earn raw Ethereum crystals, risk versus reward. They also confirm pinging in zombies, which is awesome. So this is probably better for a match of pubs where you're trying to ping certain things for the random players who may not have mics. And they also once again said, don't forget your treats. You didn't think we'd leave you empty-handed for Halloween. We've gotten even more zombies goodies to share. And it was of course Echoes of the Damned, the main theme of Black Ops Cold War Zombies. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. I'm still glad that we at least broke this report the other day before the video was taken down. You guys got a bit of a taste as to what to expect from Maschine, and Treyarch just clarified it even more in this blog post, providing more insight than we originally had. So hopefully that makes you feel better about anything that you may have had doubts about for the launch of Maschine. I really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everyone.